Hello again, Nissan Skyline fans. So I had an opportunity to pick up a model of the very first Skyline Coupe, and I jumped on it. And so it came in the mail here, and let's take a look, because I have never seen this box before. So this is from the Skyline collection of Kyosho, and you'll see the price here on the bottom right. It says 490 yen, which is around $5. So again, idea of what we're getting for $5. And let's see here on the back. Usually there's a date. Yeah, there we go. 2011 this thing came out. And if you want to pause the video, let me focus here. You can pause it and see what other ones are in this collection. Personally, I'd like to, maybe pick up one of these 2000 GTs. I think it's my goal now that I want to pick up one casting of every body style of GT Skyline. Not just GTRs, but actual Skylines. So I think that'd be interesting to do. And then maybe one day I'll have a video doing the whole evolution of this series, because it spans so many decades. Anyways, let's get a look into the model here. Typical Kyosho stuff. Here's a info card and the color choices. And red, I don't know, it's probably gonna have paint rash, but these models don't come up too often, so hopefully I'll be lucky, but who knows. Okay, so this is the Nissan website here. So if this information is wrong, well, that would be sad. But this Sport Coupe here actually has an Italian bodywork. Giovanni Michelotti. This company handmade these bodies for Nissan, and it was based on the 1962 S21 chassis, which I guess is the deluxe version of the Skyline, and then they rebodied them. So Wikipedia at least is saying that the styling is very similar to a lot of cars of this era, and in particular the Lancia Flavia and the Triumph Vitesse, which are actually pretty cool looking cars. I don't know if models of those exist in this scale, but I can definitely see the similarities, and that's because this Michelotti worked with Lancia a lot as well. So okay, so that's what I found out about the main information. Well, I guess since the website's up, there's a 1.9 liter 4-cylinder up front, and it's going to be rear wheel drive. That engine is making around 90 horsepower, 94 horsepower, and then it's rolling on 15-inch wheels. So, and it gets up to 150 kilometers per hour. Okay, well, let's get into the model here. So while we're on the side here, yeah, typical Kyosho here. We got pretty decent body panel gaps here, but sometimes the red fills it in a lot. You can still see it, but unfortunately right here we have a contaminant or something in the paint. There's some fine printing right there in the front corner. What is this thing? This gold print. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's like a Michelotti or Michelotti. Oh, there's another badge here. I don't know. That looks like an M. So that could be the emblem of the body, the Coachworks. Okay, and while we're at it, those wheels, yeah, we got these hubcaps, and those look pretty much like the photo of the real car. So, and then in particular, look at these mirrors. I'm always complaining about classic TLVs having no mirrors, wondering if it can be done. Well, I think classic mirrors can be done. I mean, those are really highly reflective plastic mirrors. So I think it could be done. Yeah, it's great. Great job, Kyosho. Okay, so some silver paint here in the door handle. We got a little extra paint here, and what I guess is a chrome trim line there. We got the separate chromed plastic bumpers. You notice the casting's pretty cool. How it catches this little character line above the rear fender, and then it's doubled actually up there. Really cool. Interesting styling. Okay. And then in the back here, well, maybe we could read this. What does that say? Prince. Oh yeah, Prince Motor Corp. So this is before Skylines were Nissans. There was a company called Prince Motor, and they're the ones that made the original Skylines. But I believe it was in '66 that they merged with Nissan. Okay, so looking at the taillights though, they're just painted. It's like a chromed plastic, and then they painted the orange and the red on top of it. So that's a little that's a bit of a shame. Usually Kyosho has transparent lenses in the back. Okay, we got some silver on this exhaust tip. And that's a pretty thin exhaust tip, so that's pretty nice. It's actually part of this plastic here. It's painted silver. Riveted together. Okay. And then the wheels look pretty good as far as the tire width. That looks about right. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it's pretty thin. It could be actually a little thinner. At least when I look at the photos of the real thing. Okay, so then I don't really know what this would be. Maybe it's a handle for the trunk. Okay, but this is probably like a stud for an antenna. And then the fuel filler, I'm assuming, is there. Oh, there's some text here in the trunk as well. So that says Skyline Coupe. Can it focus? There we go. No, it says Skyline Sport. Okay. It's so small I can't even read it with my own eyes, so I have to wait for the camera. Okay, unfortunately it's a black interior, as typical from Kyosho. So although there are molded details, you really can't see much of it. So that's a shame. Okay, and then we have some silver painting though around all the window trimming, so that's pretty good. Okay, so the front end. So yeah, this resembles a lot of other cars. And I don't know, what do you guys think? I think it's kind of ugly. It's it's wacky. This car pretty much looks like what the 1960s thought the future would be. You know, it's like that weird retro futuristic styling. Okay, well anyways, and then we have some gold printing here. I guess, yeah, that says Prince again right there. And then okay, a little bit of orange peel going on. There's some paint rash there, as expected. Okay, we do have plastic inserts here for the headlights, and then a really cool fine grill texture there. It's so not well done. I almost thought it was like photo etched metal, but it can't be because it's a Kyosho. So that's just really fine printing, but I feel the texture there. So very nice, very nice. Okay, and I assume that must be the Prince logo or perhaps a special Skyline logo. Okay, and then we got some silver painted here for the turn signals. No license plate, which is fine. Some uprights, okay. Some windshield wiper blades. They're molded into the plastic and painted silver because I think they're chrome on the real car. Little dots for the wiper fluid. Alright, so, well, I gotta say, for a model from 2011, I was expecting a lot worse paint rash. That's not so bad. It's starting though. So, boy, I don't know. Hopefully this will stay nice like this for forever, but 10 years from now, not sure what it's gonna look like. But most impressive for me is seeing these fender mirrors. It can clearly be done. I would like to see it done by any other companies making classic cars that have fender mirrors. And for those that wonder why would you put mirrors way out there on the hood, it's because the angle of sight. The further away a mirror is, the easier it is for you to look at it, instead of putting it right here where you have to turn your head and you get a big blind spot. If you have a mirror way up here, you don't have a blind spot because this is looking back, the cone is looking all the way down the side of the car. So there's really no blind spots, and that's why you know, a lot of Japanese cars did that, I guess. So okay, well then, excuse the paint. I'm always painting models here. Okay, very nice. I guess you might be curious what it looks like next to other Skylines. So let's pull up this thing here, and also you can compare to the photo of the real one. In fact, let me reset this. So if you want to pause the video, there, you can pause it. So this is the first generation Skyline. The second generation, this is by Kyosho as well. It's interesting that it's such a much narrower body. Interesting. And then this is the third generation Skyline. So very nice. This one's by TLV. Okay, so let me do an overhead shot, and you'll see how big this car is. It's actually quite large, this coupe. Look at that. So they should all be in the same scale. I mean, these two are by Kyosho. We know TLVs are going to be in scale, so it's a pretty interesting representation of this coupe, how big it is. I guess you know, when all these Skylines are marketed as luxury cars, so it definitely looks luxurious. Okay, I'm not gonna pull out every Skyline because I don't have every Skyline yet, but let's just pull it next to a modern one. So Mini GT, many of you might be familiar with this model here, but yeah, that's just a much bigger car, a modern vehicle. It has to be. And also this one has a wide body kit as well, so that might be creating an even wider illusion. Okay guys, well I appreciate you guys watching again, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.